guys, in this video I'm making some more magnetic powder, and it's not as complicated as the last time where I just burned some steel wool, but there's some more to it this time, so let's get into it. Alright, so again, I'm making some magnetic powder, and this is the results from one of my tests I did here, and I didn't get that much, and I only used one firecracker for this one, but it's kind of fun to play with, and I made this little thing to like play with it, so I can go like this, and then like pull it up, and then when I'm done, I can just pull it up and drop, which is kind of fun. And I also have this magnet from that first video, and so let's get making. So to actually make this, you're gonna need some sparklers, and in my experience, only these yellow ones from Legend Fireworks work. These are the only ones from this brand that work anyway, and I'm not sure about any other brands. So unfortunately this is the only pack of yellow firecrackers that I have. So I have this many. I would have one more, but I used that one to make this, so I'm just gonna have to work with what I have. So to make some magnetic powder, you just take one, I'll just put these to the side over here, and then you just like break off the powder on it. So the easiest way to do that is by bending the pipe. So you just go like this, and it'll just fall off. And just a warning beforehand, all of doing this will get your hands like dusty, so if you want to wear gloves, put them on now. So then just keep bending the pipe till it all comes off. Right, now I have almost completely bare metal wire, and I'm just going to put this off to the side here. And now I'm going to wash my hands, just because. And if you notice, I'm doing this in a bathroom, just like I did my first magnetic powder video, which is kind of ironic because I didn't really plan that, I just realized that. But now what I have to do is just like find out what is actually magnetic and separate that from the non-magnetic stuff, because all of this isn't magnetic, at least not strongly magnetic. So for that, what you have to do is first grind it into smaller pieces, and I'm just going to use this like plastic test tube thing to do that. So I'm just going to take off this cardboard piece and take out the magnet. And if you're wondering about the magnet, it's just a little small magnet, and I have it on this unbent paper clip. Okay, and then you want to take whatever you're using to smash it, and then just like kind of grind it down to dust, or I guess not to dust, but however much you want it. Besides, we're going to be using a sift later to sift it all down and get the finest possible powder, hopefully. Alright, so now I've ground it down to a finer powder. It's still not like as fine as I can get it, but this is good enough for me. So now I'm just going to take this magnet and gather it all up from underneath. And also you can see all the like clouds of stuff going out. So don't breathe that in, obviously. Alright, and you can see there's a lot of stuff around here. So now what I'm gonna do is just take this magnet and have this little contraption thing again. Alright, and I'm gonna try to separate out what's more strongly magnetic. You can see that not all of it's magnetic. So I'm just gonna separate it out here for now. And while I'm doing this, let me tell you about something. You might be wondering why I'm not posting videos that often, and it's because I don't really have anything to make videos on. So I'm inviting you to join my Discord server so I can get some video ideas from you maybe. So link for that is going to be in the description. So be sure to join if you have any video ideas for me. Okay, with that said, I have most of the magnetic stuff squirted out to the side here. So now I'm just going to take all of this and put it in this plate over here, which has my magnetic powder from the other test run. And I'm just gonna transfer it over to this plate. So just final check, make sure there's nothing magnetic over here. Alright. And now I have around double the amount of magnetic stuff. So now I'm gonna just grind this down a bit more, make it a bit more like uniform, because here you can see this is the part where it's like not as finely ground, and this is the old stuff which is more finely ground. So I'm just gonna grind away at this again. Alright, that was fun. So now I have more magnetic powder. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do this for the rest of the 6 sparklers that I still have. And this time I'm gonna do them all at once, because that'll probably be faster. So, time lapse. Okay, so I've separated out all of the magnetic stuff from the non-magnetic stuff with those 6 other sparklers that I just ground up in that time lapse. And now as I transfer these over to here, I'm going to tell you how sparklers work. So this is the magnetic stuff, and it's mixed in with this non-magnetic stuff. And this non-magnetic stuff is most likely whatever burns in a sparkler. And the magnetic things are what make the color in it. So there's a reason only the yellow one had magnetic stuff in it, because they're using a type of metal that is magnetic, which is getting drawn to the magnet after I crush it. So then this stuff here that's like left over is probably what burns. So I want to do a test. I'm going to take a small amount of this magnetic stuff and I'm going to burn it, see if it'll burn. And if it does burn, I want to see if it's magnetic, if it's still magnetic, and if it is magnetic, then is it more or less magnetic, or is it just the same? And I also want to burn this to see if, like, this is the stuff that burns. Before I do that, I'm just gonna grind this grind this down some more to get a finer powder. Okay, so one final step I kind of want to do before I do the burn test. I want to put it through a strainer and get as fine of a powder as possible. So I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and now I have a strainer and a new plate. And now I'm just gonna do what you'd expect me to do. I'm gonna take this new plate and put it under the plate, or under the old plate, and then just like Alright, now I'm gonna take this stuff that's left over in here, I'm gonna put it back in here, and then I'm gonna crush it down again. Also, I found a lot more efficient way to crush it using the magnet. So I just take the magnet and then I go like this, and then I just... It's a lot more efficient. I don't know why. Alright, you can see that's a little better. So let's try this now. This off to the side here. This isn't magnetic. I can just do it here. Perfect. Alright, another go. Let's try this again. Alright, I think I got a lot more out of that this time. As you can see, this is a lot finer than the stuff I had before. If that would focus, yeah. This is a lot finer than what I had before. Ah, shoot. I forgot to put the thing on. Shoot. Alright, I fixed that problem. But yeah, this is a lot finer than stuff. Okay. I still gotta crush a bunch of stuff, so back to that. As satisfying as this is. Alright, hopefully this is the last time. Actually, you know what, no matter what, this is the last time. If it's still not broken down to almost dust, it's just not breaking. I'm still gonna keep it, but I'm gonna keep it separately. Alright, now I'm gonna keep everything that's in here separately, and I'm just gonna check if anything in here, on here is magnetic. Alright, I'm just gonna move this around and then try again. There we go. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give this one last shot, because I'd rather have a lot of really good powder than a decent amount of really good powder and not a lot of bad powder. Alright, there. So now I have this fine powder of magnetic dust. Alright, so now I'm just gonna take a little bit. Give me a second. Alright, I'm just gonna take like. Alright, that's too much. Alright, I'm gonna take this much and I'm gonna burn it and see what happens. Also, I'll just burn this because it's not like there's anything else for this to be used for. So I'll just burn that. Plus, it might make it easier to grind it down into a dust. So why not? So I'm just gonna wash my hands real quick and then take this outside. Alright, so I have my magnetic stuff and my non-magnetic stuff, and I'm just gonna line it up on this plate. And who knows, I might even get the non-magnetic stuff to be magnetic. But let's give this a try. Besides, if the magnetic stuff isn't flammable, then it's good to know that it's not flammable. You know, actually, this plate is probably flammable, so I'm gonna do this on the ground. Alright, so, okay, so that's kind of hard to see, but this is the, like, non-magnetic stuff, and this is the magnetic stuff. So let's just try and light it up, see if it's magnetic. Alright. Here. Alright, that is not flammable. It's sparking a bit. Oh. If I get the powder on the match, it's sparking a bit. Like a sparkler. Alright, let's try the magnetic stuff. Alright, so neither of them are flammable, which I guess is good to know, but it's not catching fire. So, see, if I just like, if I put a bit of this non-magnetic powder on here, it's like sparking a bit, but that's it. Oh, look. And then if I do it on the magnetic powder, it's just like nothing's happening. So I guess it's good to know that they're not flammable. And let's take this back inside. I'm just gonna pick this up. Alright, well, before I go inside, I have some burnt matchsticks here. And I heard on the internet somewhere that burnt matchsticks, once they are burnt, get magnetic. So might as well try that. So I'm just gonna crush this up. Yeah, no, that doesn't, okay, wait, you can't see that. Yeah, that doesn't seem magnetic to me, at least. If that's magnetic to you, then please tell me, or please get your eyes checked, because that is not magnetic. Yeah, no. I just realized you could not see any of that. Alright, that's better. So yeah, it's not magnetic. Nothing. So yeah, back inside now. Okay, so that experiment made me realize there might still be some magnetic stuff left in this non-magnetic powder. So I'm just gonna go over it once. And I got that. So not much. But I guess this isn't that much either, so. But we'll see. So I might make a ferrofluid video about this, and so side here. I might make a ferrofluid video about this, and I don't know why, but I feel like this is gonna work more than the other one did, but we'll see. Also, a neat thing with magnetic powder, it lets you see the field of the magnet. So usually, if you look up magnetic powder in a video, you'll see it looking something like this with a lot of spikes. And what a lot of people who haven't tried this experiment don't know is that if you turn the magnet sideways, so it's not on its poles, then you can see how the magnetic field actually like forms. So you can see here at the poles, here and here, it's more like spiky, and here in the middle, it's running parallel to the magnet. So this is kind of neat because you can see how the magnetic field is like formed. Also, something else that's cool about it is that you can find fingerprints with it. So if I put my finger here, for example, and just right, so if I put my fingerprint right around here, so I'm just gonna take some magnetic powder. I'm just gonna like slightly drag it over the where I, put my finger. And then I'm gonna remove this magnetic powder. It'll come off. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, so it turns out there's still a bunch of unmagnetic stuff in here. That's just great. So, I guess I have to keep working on this then. So, I'm just gonna put it all in this plate again, and then slowly filter out whatever's not magnetic. Actually, I'm doing that the wrong way. See, what I should do is gather up some magnetic powder here, like this, and then just put it on this plate. And then see what's magnetic. And then put it over to a side on here. This is the process that makes more sense. So now I'm just going to do this a bunch, so another time lapse, I guess. Okay, so I'm done now, and I have this much, and from all of that magnetic powder, I got this much. Great. I mean, it's still a pretty good amount, but it's not as much as I had. But I get this more magnetic. So I'm just gonna add this to this non-magnetic plate. Alright, now I have all of this. I wonder if any of this is magnetic. Oh great. There's still a bunch of magnetic stuff. Separate it out really quick because my phone is about to die. Alright. I'm just gonna do that a little bit. think that was fun, and I ended up putting it in this little container so I could still play with it and not worry about having to spill it everywhere. So, yeah. If you like this video, subscribe right here and hit the bell notification to make sure you never miss one of my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.